Just a little bit about me. My dad was from Vietnam, and my mom is from Mexico. And one laugh for my mom being from Mexico. Thank you. And my parents met in high school. They were in the same English as a second language class. And even though my dad couldn't speak Spanish and my mom couldn't speak Vietnamese, and neither could speak English, they still decided to get married, which is insane, right? Like, it's crazy how confident my parents were. Like, I feel like one of them was like, hey, we got this. And then the other parent was like, hey, can you repeat that? But slower this time, because I didn't understand anything at all that you said. But I'm really proud of my parents, because they both worked really hard to improve their English. So there's like zero misunderstandings. When they got a divorce, like everyone was on the same page. Like judge, the lawyers, me, we were like, this is a happy ending. And my parents started dating in Texas in the 70s, and according to them, they didn't encounter any racism at all. Yeah, and at first I didn't believe them either. But then I saw old pictures of my parents, and I saw in these old photos how they were so young and vibrant, and their faces had so much symmetry. And then I realized why they didn't encounter any racism. And it was because they were both really hot. So. Actually, I think my parents were wrong. I think they did encounter racism. Just the racists back then were too ugly to penetrate like their young, hot person bubble. Like my young, hot immigrant parents were at the club vibing so hard, they made ugly racists say, oh, maybe we should go back to where we came from. And then they just all crawl under the bridge they all live under. My dad was for Vietnam, and he was obsessed with the idea of green card marriages. Are you all familiar with that? Yeah, cool. If you're not, my dad was like, Jerry, there's so many women in Vietnam who will pay you a lot of money, and all you have to do is marry them. He's like, son, it is the easiest money you will ever make in your life. You just gotta sign some paperwork, take some photos so immigration thinks it's real, and then just live with them for like 5 years. That's it. He was like, I would do it if I was single. And my mom was like, okay, bet. And then and my parents got divorced. My dad went back to Vietnam for the first time since he left because of the war. And they came back with a new wife. And he was like, son, I just think it's really important that you practice what you preach. And I just wanted to be a good role model. He's like, no need to thank me. He's like, I'm ready for my Dad of the Year award. And yeah, that was my dad. He's a crazy guy. I was in a car accident recently, and I still gave the Uber driver 5 stars. Am I too nice? Yes. But also the Uber driver was an immigrant, and I support immigrants. And a lot of Uber drivers are immigrants. I feel like if people don't support immigrants, they should not be able to use Uber. Yeah. I think those people can only travel by horse. I think Mag will love Uber Horse too. You know, they get to travel back in time to when America was great, and they get to wear big red cowboy hats that were made in China. And I would love that they have to pay the Uber Horse tariff, which it's just them smelling like horse shit. I think that would be pretty cool. Uber's like, oh, maybe we should add bull riding to the app too. And I feel the same way about Uber Eats. You don't support immigrants, you should not be able to order their food on Uber Eats and expect them to deliver it to you. That's crazy. That should not be allowed, in my opinion. And I feel like JD Vance would be like, I'm okay with that because my favorite food is expired mayo packets. I could eat that all day, every day. I have a day job. It's pretty boring. It's not funny. I'm not gonna talk about my current day job, but it's I can't complain because I've had a whole bunch of terrible day jobs. I've worked at a bunch of call centers before, And when you work at a call center, you have to deal with so many insane people. You start to become a little crazy yourself. Like I had one caller who was extremely upset, and before they hung up, they were like, "Hey man, I know where you work." And in my head, I was like, "Oh, he's coming to rescue me." like he knows I'm being held hostage. Because when you work at a call center, you can't leave because all call center employees have to wear that wired headset. You try to leave, your neck will snap. And can you imagine if that's how it went out? My friends and family would be like, "Oh, Jerry died doing what he loved, ignoring phone calls." But yeah, when you work at a call center or any like customer service related job, you unfortunately start to like lose a little faith in humanity. And with like the upcoming robot wars, I'm kind of thinking about maybe switching sides. You guys know how like some white people joined ISIS? Kind of like that, but with Roombas. Yeah, like I think we could all agree Roombas a lot nicer than humans. Yeah, like who do you like? Do you want to be yelled at by a general or help Roombas clean up a battlefield? Like to me, I'm kind of leaning towards the latter. Cool. All right. I don't know if you guys see the light. Gotta go soon. I think I have 2 minutes left. So if you guys are like, "Oh man, I wish he only has 2 minutes left," man, you guys nailed it. I saw a TikTok recently of a woman who was kind of complaining that straight men don't approach women in public anymore. I don't know how true that is in general, but for me that is kind of true. I don't really approach women in public anymore, and it's just because I'm afraid that they'll call me adorable. I've worked out a lot these past couple of years. I've lost a lot of weight, but before that, I did kind of look like a baby panda. So I kind of get why they would always call me adorable. Like I would ask women if they wanted to have dinner, and they would look at me like they were reliving their first petting zoo experience. They were like, "Yeah, we would love to watch you eat bamboo. You can bring a cage too if you want." Oh man, it would be amazing. But yeah, I don't want you guys to feel too bad for me. I'm doing all right. I was seeing this one woman who is extremely attractive, but she would constantly brag about how she never had to work out and she could eat whatever she wanted. And I was extremely turned off by this for like 2 reasons. Like one, she never ever thanked her grandma for her hot bod, and I just think that's being extremely disrespectful to your elders. And like, and 2, I don't think I have great genes. Like I'm at the gym almost every day. I count my calories. I'm 5'7". On Hinge, like I have to round up, you know, like I don't want to, but I need to. And she did help me become like a more ethical person though, because she would send me nudes and then ask me to send her some in return, and I was like, oh, I don't know, you know. I feel like true altruism requires giving without expecting anything in return. So that's a no. I'm sorry.